Okay, so yesterday on International Women's Day, a radio host was ambushed by her co-host and set up live on the radio. Let me give you a little bit of backstory before I play the clip. Okay, so basically the radio host decided to put out an ad saying that she was seeking a nanny. A woman entered into her DMs and tried to get the job, but the radio host decided that she didn't want any pretty women, around her husband, rightfully so. She just didn't want the confusion and the extras that she had to worry about with a pretty woman there. And the woman had a problem with it and decided to confront her live on the radio. And the co-host brung this woman on there to confront her. Here's the clip.
So sad, so sad.
No, it really is.
And then you hit up our producer, Sherm, and said, you know what, can I please come on the show and speak my piece? Let's start by saying, what exactly do you want to say? Let's start there.
So first of all, I hit her up because I really needed a job. Again, I'm a model. I'm also a singer. I'm an actress. I worked my way up to this. Like, this isn't something that happened overnight. So, like I said, my grandmother, I watched my grandmother struggle, you know what I'm saying, trying to take care of kids and, things like that. And I raised a lot of my nieces and my nephews. And, so when she sent the post, I'm like, well, you need help. You know what I'm saying? And this is something that I can do. Like, so let me help you. So when I reached out to her, I'm just like, what's up? Like, these are my credentials. I've been doing this for a few years.
Gotcha.
And it was just like, no, I'm not letting a pretty woman into my house. Just because I look good.
Well, to be clear,
just because I look good.
Well, to be clear, I did not even respond to the post. So let's be clear.
But you heard the show on Tuesday.
That's great.
I heard the shade.
Okay. So here's the thing. You are very beautiful.
You don't have to clap your hands.
No, you don't get to tell me what I get to do today. The two of y'all can kiss my ass. For real. Kiss my ass. The two of y'all have no idea. Sweetheart, I'm not gonna make this about you.
You're not going to flip this on us because it is about her.
You can be quiet for a second.
Speak to her.
Because I'm talking.
Go ahead.
Okay? I'm not going to make this about you, baby girl, because this is not. But what I do with my household and what I choose to do with my household is nobody's concern.
Right.
And what I choose to bring up to my co-host and to the world, I did not use your name. I did not do anything.
Because you put it out there. So now that you put it out there, we have to address it.
And just to be clear, I never said it was you, and I never responded to you. So your ego made you think that you were the only pretty girl that slid in my DMs, sweetheart.
No, it's not just my ego. You know what I'm saying? And even if I'm not the only pretty girl, let me state on National Women's Day that I will speak up for all the pretty girls that step in your DMs because you feel like, no, you're not going to hire a pretty girl because of your insecurities. So let's get that straight this morning.
This is what I'm talking about.
I'm not calling spade a spade. You be calling spade a spade.
I'm not even going to address her because this isn't about her. This is about you and this is about you.
You're trying to make it about us.
You're going to be quiet and you're going to listen. On International Women's Day, I'm going to ask you to be quiet. This is what's going to happen. You do not ambush your co-host. You do not do that because one thing, I am not insecure, okay? I have been cheated on. I have been very open and vocal about my stuff. But I get to decide what happens in my household, okay? My daddy slept with a babysitter, so I know my situation. You're beautiful and that's great. You can be your model, singing ass, do all that stuff. But you are not. I get to pick who is around my children and who is around my man. And no, you will not be.
That's understandable. That's understandable. But the comments that you made, was disrespectful.
No, they weren't. I said you're beautiful and you appear to be smart. That is complimenting you. I said, but I don't want you in my household. I get to decide what happens in my household.
So why don't you want me there is the real question.
I don't have to answer to you.
You did,
I don't have to answer to you. And I definitely don't have to answer now because y'all ambushing me live on the radio. Sure. You better stop waving your hand like that because all of y'all, this is a setup and y'all ain't nothing. You lucky I can't swear on the radio. You lucky I can't swear on the radio because y'all ain't nothing. And on my life, this will be my last day of work with you ambushing ass, negative ass.
Now, hold on. So now, let me get this right. Let me get this right. I allowed you to talk. I've been quiet for now 5 minutes.
You allowed me to be set up. Yeah, you allowed me to be set up, Quicksilver.
So now, with that being said, this young lady, because now you're making this about Quicksilver 5 and you're making this about us.
Okay, so after this went down, the wife of one of the hosts that kind of set her up or whatever decided to call in, and this is what she had to say.
If y'all want to, that's not okay. That's not okay.
It's not okay. And this is not about Danny being insecure. Because you what Trey Songz in here feeding me shit. If she don't want to my house, that's fine. If y'all wanted to bring a girl on the show, that's also fine. Let Danny know yesterday.
We
you know
always...
yesterday? Because you ain't say nothing.
Babe, listen, babe. I understand your anger, and I understand Danny's anger. What's the difference between Danny so excited to bring Autumn on, and now because it's on Danny?
Co-host, because that's not co-host. I told you that show was messy.
Okay, babe.
And that's not okay. It's fine for kicks and giggles, and if Danny would have knew yesterday, and Danny would have been, okay, bring her in yesterday, or had time to prepare. Tell us somebody at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, somebody gonna be there at 7. That is a f***ing attack. And if Danny would have slapped the hell out of her and out of y'all, I wouldn't have said.
Okay, baby.
If it was me, then I would have punched the hell out of this girl.
I know you, and I'm glad you went up here, baby.
By 7:06.
My wife, Ashley, as you can see, she's not joking. So I definitely want to say once again.
Okay, so there was like a split between the men and the women. The men were kind of commenting and saying like, oh, she's insecure. She needs to be secure in her relationship, this, that, and the third. And the women were on her side and came to her defense, and they were like, no, she's just trying to prevent something from happening. And there's nothing wrong with her not wanting to hire somebody that's pretty. And, you know, that was kind of like the majority of the women saying like, there's nothing wrong with it. If that's what she want to do, that's what she want to do. It's her household. How she want to run her household is nobody's business. This was a setup. They shouldn't have done this. Blase, blase, blase. Me, myself, personally, I agree. I wouldn't want it. So in my case, I would want like a grandmother type, you know, person, like a nanny type of situation. If I was to get a babysitter to help out in the times that I'm at work and to be in my household around my husband, things like that. But just because a woman is not pretty does not mean that the man will not cheat with the woman. I mean, take Arnold Schwarzenegger for an example. He had this old lady, you know, babysitting and being the nanny for years, and he had a baby, a secret baby with her, and it wasn't till the child was of age that it all came out, and you know, people found out about the kid, and he paid her hush money and kept her as a nanny for years and years and years until the child was grown. And this lady was not attractive. She wasn't like glamorous, beautiful, or anything like that. So just because a woman isn't pretty doesn't necessarily mean that your man ain't gonna cheat. But I do get her standpoint of not wanting to add that into her household. And that's just another worry that she got to worry about. I mean, I don't think that makes her insecure at all. Some people were saying like, you know, she should be secure. She should trust her man. And even though she trusts her man, that don't mean you trust some woman around your man. So me personally, it don't matter if she pretty or if she ugly. I would want somebody who, you know, she older, she's like a grandma status, where I know that, you know, I would hope that ain't nothing going down. But the plot kind of twists because, you know, people started going in on the co-host saying that y'all scandalous, y'all wrong, y'all disrespectful, y'all grimy, like y'all are not cool people. And they just was like flooding them with messages telling them how they just did not appreciate how everything transpired. So the wife of the man who called in, she decided to then go on social media after she found out. I guess the girl had already knew about the girl coming on, but I guess she didn't know that the girl was going to attack her. So at that moment when the girl started to attack her and then her co-host was egging it on, I feel like that's kind of what she was mad at. So let me read to you what the wife had to say, and then I'm going to read to you what the actual co-host had to say. So the wife replied to somebody. She said, ladies, stop. My statement from yesterday stands. Comments about me and my husband's life, and I think she meant are untrue and tactics aimed to be hurtful. A decision by the producer solely. Again, y'all don't give a hell about facts. And a topic she brought to the show, making it public. So yes, sis, time is up. Time is up for women to stop playing the fence when they knew what was going on. At the time of my statement, I didn't know she was made aware at the same time my husband was and their other co-hosts. I didn't know she planned to walk out and get upset on purpose to make the show better. So the person you all are defending is deceiving you and everyone else. But right now, she is the face of empowerment for the wrong reason. A real act of empowerment would be to say, this was a skit. My getting upset and walking out was a part of it that I made my co-hosts and bosses aware of. So y'all can save that shit, honestly, because time is up to stop protecting people's feelings who don't give a fuck about the truth. The end. So she initially went in on her husband and she checked him because she thought like he just ambushed her. So I guess when she got the facts together and she realized that old girl knew about it, she was like, hold up, y'all defended her just like I defended her. And she don't deserve to be defended because she knew about old girl coming on. And like I said, I think even if she knew that old girl was coming on, I think the issue with it was that her co-host egged the situation on and was like, yeah, tell her, instead of shutting her down, checking her, putting her in her place, and not letting her be attacked. I think that's what it was, but her husband also decided to give a statement on the issue. Here's the husband's statement. You're going to have to probably pause the video to read it, but here goes. Just like in his comments like, oh, you're whack, this is a trash apology, you know, and then they were going in on his height because apparently like dude is super short, so they were like going in and saying like, oh no, like you're a bitch and you got short man complex and short niggas do the most. And I mean, they turned it into the reason why they egged it on is because like he had like a short man's complex, and you know, they were going in. They were going in. So, I mean, what do you guys think? The initial problem was that the girl did not want to hire a babysitter that was attractive. And then now it's stated that the girl knew about it. But even with her knowing about the girl coming on, what do you feel about this whole thing? Let's talk about it in the comments. All right, guys, that's all for this video. Stay tuned for more celebrity news and gossip. But in order to do that, hit that like and subscribe button right now. Don't wait. Do it right now. All right, guys. Peace.